guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. Sometimes I add commas into sentences where they shouldn't be. Anyway, so since we've been talking a lot about like project panning on this channel, and I have two, well now technically three, because so I have the Pandos eyeshadows, I have the rolling like roulette style project pan, and then now I have one that is kind of, I mean, it is like a project pan, so it's trying to finish up all my non-cruelty free makeup by the end of the year so that in 2019 we can start as an official like cruelty free, or that my collection can be labeled officially cruelty free by 2019. So there's three. So I wanted to show you, this video will probably be really short because there's not a lot of products sitting next to me, but I wanted to show you the products that I have hit pan on and kind of talk to you about this journey and like why I have wanted to start this. So without further adu, let's just get on into it. So the first one is probably the most significant one to talk about. It's the Becca bronzer. It's the Becca bronzer in the Sunrise Waves. So I bought this when it first came out and loved this product. Like, sorry, gotta adjust. This was like my bronzer, loved it, and it was limited edition, and I guess right before they like discontinued it, it went on sale, and I was tempted then to buy like a backup, even though I hadn't like hit pan, like there wasn't that much like noticeable progress on mine at the time. I still wanted to purchase that backup, so I stopped myself from doing it and was like, you need to just love on the product that you have. So, I mean, that worked in the sense of I didn't buy the backup, but then I didn't, like for a while there, like probably 6 months, I didn't use this bronzer, even though I loved it. And, you know, it was because I was afraid of what will happen when I do hit pan. So I've really like changed my mindset now in that, you know, there's one of two options with makeup. Either you love it and you use it and you finish it, or you love it and you let it sit there and collect dust and eventually it'll expire. And that's just, to me, that's a huge waste. So long story short, I started using this bronzer and I have to say, I hit pan in it. So very exciting. I do hope to use this up eventually one day. I currently have a bronzer in a project pan that I'm focusing on. And so once that one is done, maybe I'll take this one out and continue to work on it. But as of right now, it has pan, and I feel like it's pretty significant to me. As funny as it sounds, like to me, this is the product that kind of started it all, you know, if that story made sense at all. The next one I have is another bronzer, and it's from Essence. First of all, I love Essence, but their packaging is terrible. Granted, they are like super cheap, but still make better packaging. So my lid fell off, so I keep mine in like a little Ziploc bag, just, you know, to help keep it kind of more intact, I guess. Anyway, it is their Sun Club matte bronzing powder, and I have it in the shade 01 Natural. I think they only have like 2 shades of this, but this is what mine looks like. And I don't know if you can tell, there's like this kind of diamond pattern around that used to, you know, there was like circles of those diamonds in it, and so obviously there's still the pattern on the outside here, but I've really worn away obviously the middle and then kind of that second ring. So, and as you can see, like my pan is expanding downward. I love this bronzer. It smells nice. It smells like sun tanning lotion to me. Which is great, just makes you think of summer. So, but I do love this bronzer. I love it so much that I have a backup of it, and you know, that's the other reason I wanted to start project panning, is because I am hoping that it will help me get out of this mindset of like, I love it so much, I'm nowhere near finishing this obviously, but let me go ahead and buy that backup. Like, no, you don't need to do that. That's wasteful. You need to be a smarter consumer. So gonna continue to love on this one, use it up, and then pull in the backup one that I have already. But there's my thoughts on that. And that's not to say, if you're the person that does do that and you're comfortable doing that and you like doing that, then that's fine. Like, I am not sitting here telling anyone that they need to change, you know, their habits. Like, that's a personal decision. So this was a personal decision for me. The next two that I have these two Stila glitters. I have the first one in the shade Kitten Karma. It's like the full size version. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but kind of like right here between those two letters, you can see like a line of like demarcation, I guess you would call it, like where it's starting to separate. And so I think that that shows like it's kind of settled in the bottom of the like the tube there. I think that shows that like I've made significant progress on this. This is probably my favorite shade. It's beautiful. I love the Stila glitters. I think they're great. They do have a little bit, you know, at the end of the day, you'll see a little bit of fallout on your face from them, but they are still just so pretty, so simple to use. You just, you know, put them on, blend them out, you're good to go. You don't even need anything else on your eye, but yeah, so I love them. So I have the shade Kitten Karma. And then I also have the shade Smoldering Satin. Now this one, you can't really, you can maybe kind of see here on the front where I've like had to start scraping it. But I've had to take the stopper out of this one. And I'm a little worried because I heard some people say that once they took the stopper out, it dried up quicker. But mine is still, it's still pretty, still pretty wet feeling. I don't think it's dried necessarily. This one's more of like a purple glitter. It's right here. I really like both of the shades. They're really pretty. So, but yeah, it's another one that I'm either, yeah, I guess you could say that's hit pan because you can see like the line of separation in the tube. So the next one I have is from my ABH Modern Renaissance palette. This is probably, it's a tie. Either this one is the oldest one in my collection or the Tarte Clay Play Face Shaping Palette Volume 1. One of those is the oldest in my collection. So I have pan on one shade, and it's like the most boring shade to have pan on, but it's still pan nonetheless. So it's the first shade, like just the basic like matte white base shade that you use to set your lids. Tempera is what it's called. So the ABH eyeshadows I've heard are really easy to pan because they are so powdery. And I like to think, looking at it, that my palette looks like it's gotten loved on, you know? So I don't know if that, you know, comes across on the camera, but there you go. The next one I have is kind of a repeat. Well, it is a repeat shade. Let's not lie. It's from the Soft Glam palette from ABH, and it's the Tempera shade. I have pan on it as well, as you can see, or I hope you can see. Where is it? Let me hold it this way. Yeah, right here. I hope you can see that with the lighting, maybe if I like tilt it a little bit, but it is there, I promise. So that's the other one. It's not as big as in the Modern Renaissance. And then the last one is from the Clay Play Face Shaping Palette Volume 1 by Tarte. And as you guessed it, it is another matte white cream base setting shade. It's the shade Solstice. The packaging's kind of reflective, but yeah, you can see it. I like that shade, obviously. But that's all I have. That is all the items in my collection so far that has pan on them. And to find out if any more happens this year, I guess you'll have to check out my other project panning videos. But thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you enjoyed this one, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye! Oh, hello. Hello. You want to say hello? Say goodbye. Goodbye. Don't even look up. No? Okay.